the Mulligan Stew Podcast. I'm Terry David Mulligan, and welcome aboard. Next week, our guest is going to be Paul Janeway, the lead singer and co-founder of St. Paul and the Broken Bones, and they've released their fourth album. It's called The Alien Coast, and it's just fresh. It's got that new car smell. We'll be talking to St. Paul next week. Our 200th episode is coming up. I've almost gotten permission to reveal who it is. It's going to be such great fun. But first, let's start with this week, right in front of us. The Harpoonist and the Axe Murderer. When we first heard the name, when it came out years ago, 15 years ago, I thought, wow, that's really cool. That's a great hook. Harpoonist, of course, is somebody playing a harp, both harp. And an axe murderer is somebody who plays an axe, a guitar. And they're blues guys. And I know them. They're Canadian. How about that? Anyway, I got to know Shawn Hall and Matt Rodgers, and along with Ben Rodgers, his brother, who writes some of the great lyrics and is one of my very favorite artists, Ben Rodgers. But anyway, we're talking about the Harpoonist and the Axe Murderer. When they found out that the Rolling Stones mobile was at the National Music Center in Calgary, they were determined to record on it. This is the same mobile on wheels that recorded 4 of the Led Zeppelin albums, The Who, Dire Straits, The Stones, of course, Sticky Fingers and Exile on Main Street, Bob Marley and the Wailers live. Like, you can't believe how much music has gone through that room. Anyway, they had a chance to do it. It took them a number of years to get it all organized. And they recorded it February of 2019, and it's taken 3 years to actually come out and be ready to go. It's called The Harpoonist and the Axe Murderer, live at the King Eddy. What a room. Hot and sweaty, beautiful, perfect for their music. And the documentary is coming out a little later, and it'll reveal how they work their magic on stage, which doesn't appear to be magic at all. It's just sparks. That's all. So, a conversation with Shawn Hall, the harpoonist of Harp and Axe. Do enjoy the ride. Shawn Hall, Terry David Mulligan, talking on a Tuesday. Shawn, you know, we've been waiting for the rain to go away. Finally, the rain goes away. The sun comes out, you're locked in the studio. 4 walls, a music prison. But you're probably as happy as you've ever been because you're back doing what you love doing.
Yeah. I feel it's been 2 years that I've been waiting to get this particular group of musicians together because they're from all over, North America. So yeah, I don't mind, but it is bittersweet because it's day 2 of sunshine and it's day 4 or 5 of being in the studio. So,
and what are you rehearsing? Are you recording or just rehearsing?
We're recording. We're recording a whole new body of work for a new record, new Satellite Harpoonist record, and then we're filming it. We're bringing up a little film crew because to document how painfully difficult it is to put together a band during an endless pandemic that's Canadian and American.
And everybody has to be vaxxed. Everybody has to touch all the bases.
Yes. Everyone's got to be vaxxed to get on the airplanes, to get into the country. They've got to get tested. Bradford, who came from New York, had to get tested. He had to have his papers before he came to the country.
Of course.
And it's really hard to get here. It's not as easy to get onto the island as everyone always thinks it is.
And how far down the road will it take for this music to get out? This year or next?
It's going to get out in probably the next couple months.
Oh, absolutely. Okay.
Yeah.
A quick turnaround. All right. It begs the question, because I know that we're here to talk about Harp and Axe and Live at the King Eddy, which is out now. We don't have to hide it anymore. It's out. What was opening night like for you?
Opening night? You mean the release night?
Yeah, release night.
Oh my God. I think I had friends say it's only taken 38 years because we recorded that pre-pandemic. We recorded it 3 years ago, Terry.
Huh. That's right.
We were different.
3 years almost to the day, man.
I know, man. 3 years almost to the day. We were different people. We had just come off a cruise ship where the worst thing that we were fearing was the food, right? Like that, we'd done a run on something called the Rock Boat down in the Caribbean. We did that just to warm up our chops to get to the King Eddy. We went from a cruise ship right to the King Eddy in Calgary for like a bitter 3 nights in terms of the weather, but it was just an incredibly significant period for us, and it included Jeff from the Deep Dark Woods. He was in the whole mix.
You start with Cry a Little. Were there certain songs that were absolutely positively going to be on there, no matter how many you recorded?
Yeah, there's a lot of the chopping block was tough because the stuff that, and who knows, maybe some of the other stuff will come out in time, but we wanted it to fit on a record.
Yeah. So
that also determined, just one record. Cry a Little was just was our bread and butter it was our handshake.
Sure.
For so long, that was our meet and greet. And then we ended up we thought we messed it up by turning it into more of a Bob Dylan style phrasing. Like a friend of ours came up to us one show, and she went, "You just took your most popular song and you changed it and turned it into a Bob Dylan song. Way to go." But something neat happened in that. So we wanted to put it down on record and see if it, how it did. So hopefully it's all right.
I love that. Cry a Little.
Welcome to the stage, the Harpoonist and the
as you well know, and I think the audience knows as well, that making music, whether it's live or recording or both, is like putting a jigsaw puzzle together. But something has to be the first piece in that jigsaw puzzle. Did you work backwards from the need to do a live album, or did you work backwards from there's a Rolling Stone mobile that we can get our hands on right in the King Eddy?
Which one came first? I think the amount of late night. Okay, when we discovered that there was a Rolling Stone mobile in the King Eddy.
Yeah.
No, before it was in the King Eddy, and we found out at the Canmore Folk Festival, maybe 2016, late at night, doing it one of those after parties at Golf and Country Club or something like that, watching Andrina and Alexa, who were then Chic Gamine. And Matt and I just sat there drinking red wine, and we had heard that the Rolling Stones mobile truck was there. And every time we went to Alberta, we talked about grabbing the Rolling Stones mobile truck, driving it somewhere, which we later learned is impossible. That thing's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And doing a record. And so so I think the truck came first, and the truck is so legendary that all of the mysticism of the live record came straight down through everything that had been recorded and captured with this truck, that to the most part, Canadians were completely oblivious to.
Yeah, yeah. If you look at the pedigree of the truck,
yeah,
Led Zeppelin, The Who, Bob Marley frickin' live at the Lyceum in London, one of the greatest live albums ever.
Yes, yeah,
ever. I mean, there's so much history. And the Stones, of course, Sticky Fingers in Exile, just to name a few, and the Harpoonist and the Axe Murderer gets on the list. So that. Yeah, we made the list. It took us probably, everything is happened at the right time. And even it's 3 years ago that we did the record. Oh my God, do we feel, I think we're really happy. I've been quite emotional about this one because it's different. It's what my mom has said, for years. She's like, why don't you do a record that sounds like you guys do, in the clubs and stuff. And so I feel like we captured our essence and on the best particular piece of gear that we could possibly use. And the room itself, the King Eddy, the room, well used. If you look at the black and whites of all of the the blues masters who've gone through and used that space, you were in good company. Yeah,
fantastic company. Yeah. Fantastic company. I think that, and that's what, for us, all we wanted to do is just be like, how do we do, Rolling Stones Love You Live, the infamous El Macamo record, right?
Yeah, yeah.
To be a fly on the wall and, in that room, and just to hear the relationship between band and audience is what we've romanticized. That relationship of, because we're a small band, we're a club, we're a small bar band at our essence, and we need to have a relationship with people, one-on-one, and we want it to be able to, can we do that authentically, while actually delivering some of our favorite tunes, and try not to slash all the T's and dot all the I's, and actually be able to capture something, right?
Mama's in the Backseat was going to be there.
Mama's in the Backseat is there.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of the great live recorded tracks from your bag of tricks. And it always, it's just a great handshake. You use the phrase handshake. It is. It says, hello, this is who we are. By the way, if you don't know who we are, have a listen. And Mama's in the Backseat is one of those songs that just says, come on in, step in, step in.
Step in. I love Mama's in the Backseat in particular because I get to scream out. Ben wrote the lyrics. Bombalachas in the backseat, the cops in the rearview mirror.
Yeah.
Now, for those of you that look up bombalacha, and bombalacha is slang for weed.
Better stay low, better stay. I was in the nosebleed beaches down in Tampa Bay. He's flying high like a hyena, waiting on a host to place. He can lay low, he can lay. Better stay low, better stay. 1, 2, 3. A simple kind of living is dependent on the really hell. See, they were lying in a ball of water, so the heat just cracked. He left them up in Frisco too. When the drum mill down to Texas now, I say. Now his mama's all over They got Sonny's playing drugstore, cowboy, and high gear. The bumblers in the box, see the cops in the rearview mirror. You can lay low, you can lay. You can lay low, you can lay. You can lay low, you can lay. Better stay low, better stay. 1, 2, 3.
You know, the cool thing is that, Shawn, is that we're Shawn Hall, by the way, who is a harpoonist, and Matthew Rodgers, the axe murderer, and Ben Rodgers, the silent partner, as it were.
A silent Ben.
You can always tell those Ben Rodgers licks. He's just such a good writer and singer-songwriter. We're talking to Alberta right now on CKUA, front to back, and I wonder how many people in that province know that mobile studio is in there, that the Rolling Stones are very legendary. You needed an audience. Who was that? Who is your audience? Do you know them now?
Oh, you know what, man? Because we did 3 nights, we got everything. So we got the Friday and three completely different levels of engagement. And Friday night, people, this is what I learned. If you do 3 in a row, everyone is still attached to their work week on Friday.
Yes.
They're well behaved. So the Friday show, a few cuts made it to the live record. The Saturday show, they're compensating for the fact that Friday they were too reserved, so they're maybe a little too wild. And then on Sunday, they're just completely kind of mellowed in, but they're really loose and comfortable. So the majority of it was probably from Sunday. And I learned a lot about, it was different demographics. The first night were a lot of, I don't want to say working professionals, but young urban professionals. Saturday night, we got all the bros and some wild witches. I had this woman come up to me and she, I think she almost I felt like she was trying to possess me through the show. Okay. And I went, oh crap, I hope this doesn't go to tape. And then Jeff had to kick her ass out of the club because she was messing up the show and she was messing up the vibe. And so Jeff had to go in afterwards and kick her out of the club. And then Sunday, everyone was just Sunday was loose, but just, I think we were just worn out. So,
the tracks, let me just do a couple of tracks here. And by the way, you did have an opportunity, if you really wanted to put some lipstick on this baby, you could have brought in a horn section or a horn player or whatever. You could have augmented what was Harp and Axe, but to your credit, you kept it what it was, right? Harp and Axe. This is it. This is this tight little unit. 2 voices, keys, drums, harp, guitar. Great songs, representing exactly what you are.
Well, and not to mention Don Pemberton.
Yep.
CKUA is very on.
That's what I'm saying.
And
two voices out there.
And Andrina Turin, who have been such an integral part of the band for well over a decade.
Of course. Hey, Don.
Hey, Don.
Am I right? There's 2 different versions of Roll with the Punches?
Yeah, I think we used one of them like for an intro. So we took one of them was just it's a fantastic like springboard for the girls.
Yeah.
So we just kind of vamped and we've been doing it throughout the years to sort of stretch out and allow them to like really test the room and get the crowd warmed up. So
there's Matt's Roll with the Punches. There's yours, Sarah.
Can I say something about the Sarah?
Yep.
Okay, so Sarah was my first wife, so my ex-wife, and
yep.
And we had not played it for 10 years because I've got a new partner and children with her, and so we haven't been able to play the song. And so we decided, let's put it on record. Let's test it out. So each night, I asked and/or begged for a Sarah to come through the crowd. For each of the performances, and I sang it to her. I think I crawled across the bar. You can't hear that on record, but I crawled across the bar on one of them and sang it to Sarah. I think on the first or second night. I think I might have gone, classic me a little bit over the top. So that like,
also there's a heroic pairing of pants and France. Love that. Come on.
Sarah, my sexy Sarah, you're my mascara I put on every day. Take it easy. You make me happy, so very happy, just like a hippie listening to the Grateful Dead. On a fine day, it could be Sunday or Monday, but I'll find one way to get inside your pants. I'll arrange us to dance like strangers in a cafe somewhere deep inside of France. Sarah, my sexy Sarah, you're my mascara I put on every day. You make me happy, so very happy, just like a hippie listening to the Grateful Dead. On a Friday, it could be Sunday, Monday, but I found one way to get inside your pants. That I'll arrange us to dance like strangers in a cafe somewhere deep inside of France. Sarah, my sexy Sarah, you're my mascara I put on every day. You make me happy, so very happy, just like a hippie listening to the Grateful Dead. Fire on a mountain, on a fire, with deep inside friends.
Is the documentary longer? Are there more tracks in the documentary?
Documentary probably has a few more tracks, and we did it. We wanted to do it like classic, two cameras.
Yeah.
Really dim bar.
Very. Very dark.
Very dark.
Very dark.
Very dark. And just have really tight shots, kind of that 70s, 60s concert film stereo vision. And then with a bunch of stuff from the truck.
Yeah.
A bunch of stuff from the truck where Matt and I are just going over the gear and just trying not to drool over everything. And I believe the concert film is a bit longer. And I think the concert film you'll see stuff that comes to life that, you try to capture it the best way that you can on a record so people can hear what's going on.
Yeah.
But the film is really going to open it up.
So the album's out now as of the 28th of January. When does the documentary come out, do you think?
I'm hoping the documentary, we're looking for like a CBC premiere. So I'm thinking in the early spring.
Okay.
How's that? Is that good?
Yeah, that's good. That's a little tap dancing there. Very nice. Live at the King Eddy. It's just fantastic. Almost 3 years ago, 2019, February, early mid-Feb, the Rolling Stones mobile truck.
Yeah.
Working again. This is the same one that gave us Peter Green's Fleetwood Mac, 4 Led Zeppelin albums, Who's Next, Bob Marley Live, Santana, Dire Straits, Sticky Fingers, Exile on Main Street, blah, 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 and The Harpoonist and the Axe Murderer.
These girls are crazy here.
checkered past. I got checkered teeth. I got a bleeding hip from sleeping in the street. I try to roll with the punches. The punches keep rolling with me.
So now, two questions, important actually.
Sure.
There might be a third. Satellite and Harp, plans this year to get out there. If in fact we can do it, who knows what the hell the road looks like. But if everything works out, if all of this COVID and protocols work, and actually there is an allowable audience and allowable band playing, will you get out there? Will you get going?
Yeah. I think would you be insulted if we went down to the States first? Because that's
hell no.
The real question this whole week has been the only American in the band, which truly I think he really wants to be Canadian. But Bradford, he's chomping at the bit, and he goes, "Look, he's come up here to Nanaimo 3 times from Brooklyn, and he said, can we please just get down to Denver, start anywhere."
Yeah.
Colorado, the West Coast, and hit that. So yeah, when things open up here, we want to play. That's why all of us are together. We want to play live. We want to be in the same room together. So
okay.
And take it out. So as soon as things open up here, we're off to the races.
Okay,
man.
Shawn Hall, here comes the big question of leading up to it. What happens then to the Harpoonist and the Axe Murderer? Have you had that conversation? Where do we go from here? Or is this the punchline to the sentence of the 15 years together? And will you move on to other careers, you two? Spit it out.
I was hoping you wouldn't ask that question. You know what? It might be, it's our legacy. We're happy that we've got the film, and we have a film now, and we have a live record that has captured the essence of our 15 years together as a band. And I believe it's totally undecided. Matt and I are not definitively one way or the other. We are very, very, very happy with actually finally being able to release this project and be able to, see what happens next. We're probably, I believe we're still doing some shows this summer if the festivals are opening up. So we're going to do a handful of shows.
Nice.
And then we're going to leave it to the we'll leave it to the universe. I can't say. I don't want to.
It's organic. It's organic, man. It's going to be an organic thing. If it happens, it happens. If
it happens, it happens. I mean, you don't want to be vague like that. It seems flaky, but I think for now, Matt's going to be in film land.
Yeah.
And I've never been able to take the Satellite Harpoonist band for any more gigs than 5 gigs because they keep shutting down from fires or floods or COVID. So I want to take the new band for a role.
You know what I love? The fact that the music is going to travel about 100 feet from the King Eddy to the CKUA studios in Calgary. That's about as close as it was. Literally, you take the album, walk it down the hall, walk in the room and say, play it. There you go. That's it. That's as good as it gets, man.
Come on. That's like Sun Record styles, right?
All right.
With
Tease me with some satellite stuff musically when you get a chance, and just let me know how it's going. Say hello to Don Pemberton for me, please. Congratulations to Harp and Axe, and congratulations to Matt and Ben Rodgers for creating what you put together. You just, against all odds, carved yourself a career out of this incredible music. Way to go.
Thank you very much.
Windows through my open window. Wish it were more than crying. Reminds me of the shape you will leave me in. Where I almost every night I got every all on the stereo. You know, voices from the past just trying to let me know you're no good for me. Why do I even try? Why can't you ever treat me kind like I want you to, like I need you to? When I was no one's man, when you're gone, lying to me, come crying to me, make it all worth my while. Maybe someday, somewhere further down the line, you'll treat me kind. Maybe you'll treat me kind. Maybe you'll treat me kind. Maybe be kind.
Shawn Hall, the harpoonist and the axe murderer. He's the harp guy. The tracks we played you from that live album are Cry a Little, Mama's in the Backseat, Sarah, Roll with the Punches, and Treat Me Kind. Well done, boys. And Dawn. And a shout out to my friend Don Pemberton, one of the singers, who's also has her own radio show, a couple hours just before mine on CKUA Radio. Next week, Paul Janeway, St. Paul and the Broken Bones, is our guest on the Mulligan Stew podcast. If you'd like to get the notice of the podcast sent to you each and every week, just subscribe on Spotify, Google Play, or Apple Podcasts. Take care of yourself. Be safe. Happy Valentine's Day.